On the Health Watch now, the month of April is Autism Awareness Month. Pediatrician Dr. Susan Harp joins us live from the newsroom this afternoon. Dr. Harp, good to see you.
Great to see you.
I understand there's a new study out about autism. Tell us about it.
Yes, there is. In this month's Journal of Pediatrics, there's a new study funded by the Centers for Disease Control, or the CDC, comparing groups of children that receive vaccines in the standard shot schedule and children that receive incomplete shot series or at an alternate schedule. The possibility of the diagnosis of autism is certainly extremely frightening for many parents. And it is entirely understandable that folks search for answers as to what could possibly be causing it. Keep in mind that a lot of the questions linking autism and vaccines all began around a study published by a British gastroenterologist or GI doctor in the mid-90s. That study suggested a link between wild-type measles and autism. And although the results and the study have since been disproved quite thoroughly, the questions sort of have lingered ever since that time. And this study is one of the latest that has confirmed some, really wonderful results.
What were the findings in this new study?
Well, what the researchers did is they compared two groups of children. One group of children that received their shots at the standard vaccine schedule as recommended, and the other group were kids that received an alternate vaccine schedule or incomplete vaccines. What they did was they compared the two groups for diagnosis of autism or autistic spectrum disorders, language disorders such as stuttering, and other neurodevelopmental disorders such as low IQ, tics, or other things. What they discovered was there was absolutely no difference between the two groups of children. So essentially what they showed was there is no increased risk for any of these neurodevelopmental diseases, including autistic spectrum disorders, when the children undergo the standard vaccine schedule.
It seems like there are so many more shots for children these days than in the past. Am I right about that?
Yeah, there are more, and it's more protection for kids, which is wonderful. The great thing to keep in mind is that you're talking about vaccines that are quite a bit smarter than they were in the old days. What you can think about is the number of antigens or active particles that a child is exposed to during the course of the vaccine schedule. Now, by the time a child is 2, they are exposed to only 315 total antigens out of the entire pool of shots. This is compared to, if you compare even an old vaccine that protects against whooping cough, tetanus, and diphtheria, a single vaccine had 3,000 antigens. So the current vaccines are quite a bit more efficient. They're a lot smarter, even though we're protecting kids from a larger variety of diseases.
What do you say to parents when they ask about the risks of autism and vaccines?
Well, first of all, I talk to them about how understandable it is to be concerned about any risks of autism. But to date, the studies have not shown a single environmental cause for autism. There's still quite a bit of question about the sort of different things that can combine, as well as genetics that can sometimes predispose one to autism. But this latest study that is just out this month is one of dozens of excellent quality research that yet again do not show any connection at all between the vaccines and a risk of developing autism.
All right, Dr. Harp, thanks very much for that information on Autism Awareness Month. We appreciate it. If you have a question for Dr. Harp, you can always write her at Ask the Doctor at WWLP TV, P.O. Box 2210. Or for more information, just log on to our website at wwlp.com.